Monday morning before Election Day. Thanks for making us part of your morning here on 95.7 FM KCMO. Can you believe it? We're getting there, man. We are getting there.
It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly on KCMO Talk Radio.
Now on 95.7 FM.
All right, the good from the weekend. Was trying to find something to watch on Friday night, so Kate and I sat down and we pulled up something we have been wanting to watch for quite some time, and that is the satirical documentary by the Daily Wire's Matt Walsh called Am I Racist? And Matt Walsh is on KCMO every night at 8 p.m. He's part of Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire team. And it's satire where he goes around and tries to talk to some of these big-time DEI experts and officials and tries to figure out whether or not he is a racist. And there was one moment in particular that was just, I mean, it's a great watch. You got to watch it now on the Daily Wire Plus app. But it was absolutely fantastic. And he's talking to one of these folks about the Disney characters that her daughter likes, and she's a professional DEI expert, and here's what it sounded like.
My daughter's 4 years old. I am an anti-racist educator, quote unquote. She's still watching Disney movies, and she is choosing a white princess over princesses of color.
Have you talked to her about that?
All the time.
My 3-year-old daughter is her favorite princess is Moana.
Love it.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
But then I also thought, there's a little bit of cultural appropriation here. She wants to be Moana for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we navigate that? Do I go and buy the Pacific Islander native attire for my white 3-year-old?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But I guess what we might call the Moana problem here is what, on one hand, there's cultural appropriation. On the other hand, there's gravitating towards white characters.
Right.
So it's almost like no matter which way you go, you end up back in racism.
We think every space belongs to us because we live in a white supremacist society.
Is America an inherently racist country?
I think the word inherent is challenging there. If we say...
Fundamentally,
yes. America is racist to its bones. All of the...
So inherently.
Yeah.
They gonna say you...
Oh, that is just absolute gold.
Coming around.
He's getting her to come around. The best part is like how he perfectly exposes the contradictory nature of cultural appropriation versus celebration of diversity. And this is where their heads just explode. That's Matt Walsh in his new documentary, Am I Racist? And I watched it on Friday, and that moment encapsulates so much right there. This woman is upset that her 4-year-old is attracted to white princesses over Moana. And I'll add this, my daughters love Moana, so maybe I should, put on some dad points or something. I don't even think about it. I don't even care. It doesn't even cross my mind. But for her, it's like, well, my daughter likes the white princesses. And then Matt Walsh goes, well, my daughter likes Moana. But then if I let her dress up as Moana, that's cultural appropriation, and her head just blows up.
My favorite lines were, as soon as she said it, well, have you talked to her about that? Yeah. I mean, he totally goes into it. And then she's so earnest, she throws an F-bomb.
Yeah.
Talking about a kid's costume. Oh. Holy cow.
How screwed up do you have to be?
I believe in wouldn't.
I believe in wouldn't. It's like, relax. Oh, my gosh. These people are psychos. They are total psychopaths. You're talking about 3 and 4-year-olds. Let them be kids, for crying out loud. They like Moana. That's great. If they like Sleeping Beauty, who cares? Little Mermaid. My gosh, they can't help themselves. So if you haven't seen Am I Racist and you need a laugh during this week because you're all stressed out on either side, give it a watch. Give it a shout. The bad from the weekend. This Iowa poll dropped yesterday. Des Moines Register, she is considered the gold standard of Iowa pollsters, Ann Selzer. And she drops a poll that claims Kamala Harris is up 3 points in Iowa. Now, I don't bet naked laps anymore on this show because I lost the last one, the first and last one, so I certainly won't do anything like that. But Trump won Iowa by 9 points last time around. He should win it comfortably. But the media was going nuts over this Des Moines Register poll insisting that Kamala Harris is leading in Iowa. Well, when you actually dig into the details here just a little bit, I won't go crazy with it and get too far in the weeds, but the oversampling of Democrats in the poll is stunning. Example, senior women 4 years ago, per the exit polls, were Democrat +6. This poll has senior women Democrats +35. A 30-point swing in senior women towards Kamala Harris. And then they wonder why Kamala Harris is leading this Iowa poll done by the Des Moines Register by 3 points. They oversampled the you-know-what out of Democrats, most notably old hippie women. Like, this is not how it's going to play out in Iowa tomorrow. I'm not betting any naked laps on it, but that is just an awful poll that was done right there. But yesterday, if you watched any news media, they were crowing about this Ann Selzer poll out of the Des Moines Register and acting like it's the Bible. And I promise you, when you look at the crosstabs, it's not. They undersample Republicans, they oversample Democrats, and that's how you end up with a Harris +3 poll in Iowa. Just like that Kansas poll last week that came out saying Donald Trump's only up by 5. The ugly from the weekend. Everyone is saying some wacky stuff down the home stretch, but Tim Walz calling Elon Musk gay is not something I had on my bingo card.
So poorly. Not only did we lose 10 million jobs, we were pitted into a hunger game against our neighbors to find toilet paper. That's how bad it was. So now, I suppose it wasn't too bad, thinking back to that economy. If you're a billionaire, Elon Musk, for example, say, that guy got it. Michigan knows that word. Look, that dude got a tax cut and the rest of us got shafted on the whole deal. That's how that worked out.
Come again? Wait, what?
Elon Musk, for example, say, that guy got it.
That gay guy, Elon Musk, Tim Walz calling Elon Musk gay is not something I thought I'd be talking about here on a Monday morning. Especially coming from the guy who talked about how Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez ran a mean pick 6, his words, as a former football coach. I mean, if there's one person in this election who's putting on their AirPods and jumping on their elliptical and listening to ABBA, it's Tim Walz. Okay? It's that guy.